Disney and Pixar are back again, and this time they've delivered us a real fun film that almost kind of feels like Avatar in a way, but except in a different way. What would happen if you got your mind transferred into a robot of a beaver and helped out the woodland creatures? Well, I found out how that turned out in Hoppers, now playing in theaters. But is this new film worthy enough to have Pixar redeem themselves after the humiliating failure of Elio? Or is this one gonna be too pooped to hop to anywhere else? Like, say, another critter or something like that. Find out in this spoiler free review right now. Bad days, entertainment rankings and reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome again to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. I'm the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a spoiler free review of the 2026 animated sci fi comedy flick Hoppers, released by Disney along with Pixar, directed by Daniel Chung, written by Jesse Andrews from a story written by Chung and Andrews. Featuring an ensemble cast that includes Piper Curda, Bobby Moynihan, Jon Hamm, Kathy Najimy, and Dave Franco. Its plot follows an animal lover whose mind is transferred into a lifelike robotic beaver to communicate with animals and save their habitat from destruction, inadvertently starting an uprising in doing so. Now, of course, this just now came out after it had its premiere not so long ago at the El Capitan Theater, and then followed up with a showing at the New York International Children's Film Festival last month. This film's been getting pretty good reviews. Now, of course, like with all my spoiler-free reviews, you're only getting a tiny bit of the story. Well, in other words, let me rephrase it, just a little bit to a tiny bit. In the city of Beaverton, Mabel Tanaka spends her childhood with her grandmother in a nearby forest glade inhabited by many wild animals, particularly a colony of beavers. Inspired by her grandmother, Mabel grows up with a deep appreciation for nature and continues watching over the glade after her grandmother's death. When Beaverton's mayor, Jerry Gennarazzo, announces plans to replace the glade with a freeway, Mabel campaigns against the project but receives no support. Her activism causes her to neglect her college studies to the disapproval of her biology professor, Dr. Samantha Fairfax, or Sam for short. While trying to lure beavers back to the glade, Mabel discovers that Sam and her colleagues have secretly developed a new technology designed to enhance wildlife research known as the Hoppers program. It allows a human consciousness to hop into a robotic animal and experience life as that species. Seeing as an opportunity to save the glade, Mabel hops into a robotic beaver against Sam's wishes and flees the lab. And well, she is believed by the animals to be a real beaver and is brought before King George, a beaver monarch who houses the glade's displaced animal residents in a massive dam. And Mabel soon discovers an artificial tree of making sound waves audible only to animals. That, well, you'll have to see the film for yourself. That's all the story I'm going to give to you. So now for my thoughts on Hoppers. I must admit, I think this film is absolutely really good. Now, as much as I did like Elio last year, but this one I think is a big redemption. So if you saw my out there reaction a while ago today, you'll know that you heard me correctly. Pixar is back. And this time with an even, well, better and more fun film. I'm going to say I give this film props for what it had to offer. It's just so incredible. And so, well, I think this film had a lot of stuff to offer. And it has just so much to appreciate. I mean, yes, like I said, this film feels like Avatar in a way, but different, which it blends in a little mix of other animated films with nature and wildlife, like Fern Gully, the last rainforest, and the wild robot, and well, I failed to mention this in the out the reaction, migration. But anyway, I think this film is definitely good. So anyway, so far the film's doing well. So I think this would make it well have the best selling for an original Pixar film in almost a decade. Coco was the last film to do that in the and also in the post-pandemic era, which could easily reverse the low opening streak for their previous films, which were well, previous to original films, which were 2023's Elemental, which still became a sleeper hit, and last year's Elio, which became a humiliating failure. It's doing pretty well, so it should be able to pull it off. Its reviews are really good, praising the animation, the story, and the humor. I have to give it credit. Yes, the animation is absolutely really good. The story is really good, and so is the humor. Yes, Rotten Tomatoes has this certified fresh with the critics, and also certified hot on the popcorn meter with moviegoers. Anyway, the film's 94% certified fresh on the tomato meter is positive. They say an eager beaver for endearment that has the charm to back it up. The film is a sprightly riot that might just be the funniest entry in the Pixar canon yet. Metacritic has a score of 73, and audiences polled by CinemaScore gave this an average A grade. Several critics called the film a return to form for Pixar. Neil Minow of no, not Neil, Neil Minow of RogerEbert.com gave this 4 out of 4 stars, saying the film is Pixar at its very best. It has charm and a touch of magic, but it is grounded literally. Wilson Chapman of IndieWire gave this a B plus, stating that there's not enough time to deepen the sweet friendship between Mabel and George into something as powerful as, say, Marlon and Dory in Finding Nemo. Still, what we do get is pretty uniformly delightful. William Bibbiani of The Wrap felt that the film isn't just James Cameron's Avatar if it had feelings, it's also James Cameron's Avatar if it was good. Yes. Now then, I am going to say I agree on some of this, but I think this film was absolutely superb. And I think it just proved to have a lot of good stuff. The film's score was composed by Mark Mersbaugh, who most people would know him of the band Devo. Of course, he had recently done the music for various children's shows and animated series like Pee Wee's Playhouse and Rugrats, as well as The Wild Thornberrys. And let's see. Oh, he's done so much. Too many to mention, though. But anyway, he does an exceptionally good job on this. It does have a new song by the artist SZA, I hope I pronounced it right, who wrote and performed the in credits song Save the Day, which was pretty good. Anyway, this is really, really something. Now, of course, the film was directed by Daniel Chong, who, of course, was the creator of Cartoon Network's recent hit series We Bear Bears. Never seen it, but I have seen shots of the film. This is his second feature film after We Bear Bears the movie in 2020. He had recently worked on other films for Pixar, being the story artist for for Cars 2 and Inside Out. And he was also part of the senior creative team on all their other films from the last 3 years that include Turning Red, Lightyear, Elemental, Inside Out 2, and of course their recent film Elio. He's also part of the senior creative team for their next film coming up this summer in Toy Story 5. And yeah, he'll also be part of the team on Incredibles 3 when that comes around. The date has yet to be revealed. But anyway, I must admit he does a good job with this, and the story he did with Jesse Andrews is absolutely really good, and I've got to give it praise. And that's what I'm doing. Now for the cast, we have Piper Curda as the voice of Mabel Tanaka. Most people would know Curda from Disney Channel's Ant Farm, as well as the sitcom I Didn't Do It, and the film of Teen Beach 2. She does an exceptionally good job, and I've got to say, she's very good. Voicing King George is Bobby Moynihan, who, of course, was a former cast member and writer for NBC's long running Saturday Night Live. Oh, yes, and of course, he's been in various films, and he's recently lent his voice to numerous films as well, including the Secret Life of Pets films and The Nut Job 2, and of course, he was also the voice of Panda on We Bear Bears, as a matter of fact. So this isn't the first time he's worked with Chong. Voicing Jerry Generaso, the greedy mayor, is Jon Hamm, who you may remember as Don Draper of AMC's hit series Mad Men. And of course, he had also worked on films like Million Dollar Arm and Keeping Up with the Joneses. Um, he also appeared on just about lots of other films, too. Just so many to mention now, but he does a great job in playing him. Now, playing Dr. Fairfax, or should I say Sam, is Kathy Najimy, who most of you Disney fanatics would know her from the Hocus Pocus films, and of course she's done numerous other movies and series. Now, Dave Franco voices Titus, the Insect King, where who takes on the role after what happened to his mother, the Insect Queen, who is voiced by Meryl Streep. I ain't telling you how that goes because then it would ruin everything. The rest of the cast includes Eduardo Franco as Loaf. Um, I'm not really sure if he's actually kin to him. I could be wrong though. I'm not sure he's anywhere related to Dave. No, he is not. I'm afraid now my source doesn't say so. Anyway, he's pretty good. Loaf is a slow yet staunch beaver. He's pretty funny. Upon Nansharla, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, plays Sam's astute colleague, Nisha. Tom Law voices Tom Lizard, a lizard who prefers to avoid drama. And Sam Richardson voices Connor, a graduate student working under Dr. Sam. Oh, believe me, the list goes on with these voices. They are all good. The rest, they're all very good. So everything said, Hoppers is really good. So if you are a big Avatar fan, you have seen films that take place in nature like what I've mentioned in Fern Gully or Migration or The Wild Robot, then you'll feel right at home with Hoppers. I think you'll really like it if you give it a shot. So this is definitely a big redemption for Pixar, and I hope for the best this does well. And again, I hope this will do better than Elio, and this should put them right back on the map before Toy Story 5 ever hits the big screen this June. So go see this. Take the kids and see this. They will definitely love it. For my score, I am going to give Hoppers 5 stars, which will mean on a scale of 1 to 10, it gets, you guessed it, a 10. Because I think everything was good with it. The story, the music, the characters, the cast of voices, the humor, everything in between. Definitely good. So what did you think of Hoppers? Let me know in the comments section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, click the bell for notifications, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Continue to help support my channel, and you know the rest. Join me next time when I bring to you, well, the first of several anniversary reviews for this month, and it'll be on Homeward Bound 2, Lost in San Francisco. So if you like this, check out my reviews for these 3 films I have already mentioned that I recommend if you like, if that'll definitely recommend you to go see convince you. You get the point to see Hoppers. In the upper left hand corner is my review of the underrated but great Fern Gully, The Last Rainforest. The upper right hand corner is my spoiler free review of Migration. Or go to the bottom left hand corner and see my spoiler free review of The Wild Robot. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying see ya.